Education Minister Dr. Morris Dixon is hailing Jamaica's performance in this year's CSEC examinations, pointing to gains in mathematics and several other subjects. She was speaking today at the JTA's conference a day after the CSEC or the CSEC released results. Sandy Williams has more.
Education Minister Dr. Morris Dixon says Jamaica's CSEC performance is reason to celebrate. She says Jamaica continues to outperform the regional average in key areas, including mathematics and English A.
Congratulations to the teachers of Jamaica for doing an excellent job, but it doesn't make front page. Maybe we can help to make it front page today. Because look at the CSEC results. Jamaica is above the regional average. So we always like to compare ourselves. But we are doing better than the rest. We are not where we want to be. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work to be done. But there is good work that is happening.
The minister says the improvement in mathematics is particularly noteworthy given the disruption caused by Hurricane Melissa. She says mathematics performance increased by 4.8 percentage points this year.
If we look at mathematics, which is our difficult area after a Category 5 hurricane, to be able to see a 4.8 points increase in our mathematics performance, no matter how small it is, we must celebrate it.
English A, however, recorded a slight decline, moving from an 85% pass rate last year to 83.6% this year. Still, Jamaica remains above the regional average. Pass rates also increased by 16.2% in geography, 9.8% in chemistry, and 8.7% in social studies. There were also improvements in physics, technical drawing, biology, and music.
Physics, 8.3% improvement. Technical drawing, 6.1% improvement. Biology, 5.1% improvement. You knew the mathematics one already at 4.8, and then music went up by 4.7%. In fact, 18 of the 34 subjects that we do showed improvement over last year. 18 subjects. That is a big deal.
The education minister is crediting Jamaica's teachers and school leaders for the gains, while acknowledging that more work is needed to strengthen student performance, particularly in mathematics. According to the minister, the latest results provide evidence that progress is being made. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
There's confusion among schools and students this evening, well, some schools and students, about the type of grades received for CSEC and CAPE exams. TVJ News understands that some students are seeing ungraded for practical subjects such as chemistry, physics, and technical drawing. Well, joining us now to discuss some of these issues is the Registrar and the Chief Executive Officer at the Caribbean Examination Council, Dr. Wayne Wesley. Dr. Wesley, thank you for joining us here on Primetime News.
Good evening, and thanks for having me, and good evening to your listeners.
So, Dr. Wesley, we heard before the break the Education Minister talking about Jamaica's improvement in CSEC, but we have gotten some reports about some issues with the exam. So, for example, students would have gotten their CSEC and CAPE results yesterday. Some of them do not have grades. Some are saying that based on the reports from some of the schools, they were present for the exams, but yet they're seeing where they were marked absent and they're getting ungraded where SBAs have been submitted. What has led to these anomalies?
Okay, so thank you very much. And I must first start out by congratulating all the students who have done well and really empathize with those students who are currently experiencing the kind of challenges that you have outlined. Now, in the event of a student receiving ungraded, what that represents is the fact that there is information that is still needed to be received by CSEC in order for that grade to be completed. So we are aware of some of these challenges, and we have asked and working with the local registrars for them to submit to us the information to resolve the matter, especially for those grades where it is recorded as ungraded. The other challenge is, of course, it's really normal within our examination cycle where the results released are considered to be preliminary so that the requisite quality assurance check can be completed before the final results are released in October or September. So the concerns being raised, as long as they contact their local registrar and make those submissions, we will consider them and work to resolve the issues.
Okay, so you're saying it's a local registrar, because I spoke with about 3 principals this afternoon, and they're saying that some of the parents have contacted CXC support. They're referring them to the schools, but the schools do not know what to tell them.
Okay, so we have to be very clear, though, as to which CXC support they are contacting. I'm not quite sure if it is CXC office exactly or the local registrar's office, right? And so if they are supposed, if the information that they want resides with the school, then certainly the direction will be given for them to speak with their school as to why the grades and the anomaly they're seeing shows up. Because in most instances, if we have made correction or adjustment after the quality assurance check, both the local registrars and the schools would be in a position to respond to those concerns.
Okay, all right, sir. Let's move on to the other issue.
Yeah.
For example, mathematics.
Yes.
One principal said to me that the grade for math was irregular. So, for example, when they look at the result, they'll see 1 for mathematics, and then they will see a B for CTEC, the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate. And they're saying to me they don't know how to interpret those results.
All right. So yes, and this is a good time to clarify, because CXC has embarked on a new innovation in qualification called the CTEC, which is a micro-credential, which we piloted this year for the mathematics program, and that is Module 1 for mathematics. So persons who have done the full CSEC qualification, and that example you used just a moment ago provides me with an opportunity to explain and provide clarity in the context of the grade. So that student who got a grade 1 in CSEC mathematics, right, would have been one of those students who would see CSEC mathematics grade 1 and then the module grade with a B. That's what you just said, right?
Yes.
A module grade with a B. So what that means is that the student grade for CSEC, which is a full qualification, is a grade 1. But what the CTEC micro-credential module 1 is saying to that student is that even though you got a grade 1, the content of module 1, you got a grade B. You could have gotten an A. So it simply means that you did not master, but you performed proficiently in module 1. Now, for some students, what is going to, okay, let me give this clarification first. Currently, on the CSEC certification, the grades are given across profiles, 3 profiles. The new modularization will now present grades in modular format. So you get a module 1 grade, a module 2 grade, and a module 3 grade. So eventually, the profile grading will be replaced with the modularized grading, which is more interpretable in a practical manner. And this is what I mean. With the module 1, that is the fundamentals in mathematics. And now you will be able to say that a child receiving a grade 1, in module 1, they have received B, which shows that the student has a good mastery of the content of module 1, which is the fundamental in mathematics. If it was a grade A, it would be saying that the student has an excellent grasp of the concept in Module 1, which deals with the fundamentals of mathematics. Currently, when you see application A and application B, the interpretation is not as interpretable as that of the module because now it is linked to the content and the skill sets that students possess. So students seeing a Module 1 grade and their CSEC grade, that's the full grade. The Module 1 grade is giving them an understanding of the area in which they did well. So when this modularization is rolled out fully, the grades will be more interpretable, not only for teachers, but for administrators and students. And here's what I mean. Currently, when you see A for application, B for understanding, it is general.
Yes.
But now when you see A for fundamentals in mathematics, you now know that this is the area that the student has excelled in. When you look at the next area of mathematics, which is statistics and all those areas, and you see a B, you can now say, oh, this student is not as strong in statistics and algebra. Then when you see trig and trigonometry and matrix in module 3, you can say this student excelled in those two modules. So now students will be able to say the area in which, for the first time, teachers, administrators will now be able to say which area the student has not performed well in, which is a bit more interpretable than the current application, knowledge, and interpretation. So the students in both grades, it's a way of getting them used to the new modality for presentation of the results.
All right.
So their grade in CSEC mathematics is a grade 1, and that's the final grade.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Wesley. And I'm sure you use the word interpretable. The teachers will be able to look at the information and get more information from CXC in the days ahead. Thank you for joining us here on Primetime News.
They will actually put out a press release, not a press release, but a document outlining all this so that they can interpret what is happening in a much better fashion.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wayne Wesley, the Registrar and CEO of CXC. It's time for another break here on Primetime News.